Hi everyone, Devorah Esther here. Thanks for tuning into another edition of Kosher 2.0. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, is well rested, and we're, getting ready to get back to the grind, do some good in the world. And I just want to start out by saying thank you to Hashem for his wonderful mercy and his grace, always being kind to us and giving us another chance to really come close to him and to help others do the same. So you may have noticed earlier today, I sent out the broadcast for Tomer Devorah, day one, and I will be including that study in this broadcast. I was at a shiur, and I had heard that the study of this sefer was a segula, a very powerful segula against a well-known illness that involved chemotherapy. Now, of course, I was so excited, got home, took out my books that I had for ages. It was the very first Jewish book that Hashem had brought to me. So it was just so wonderful that now this book would be having another go around to study it again. And it was funny because I opened up the book and lo and behold, right in the introduction, there it was. It said it right there. And I read the introduction because it was just so amazing. So of course, having a broadcast of Kosher 2.0, which, promotes healthy and clean living and things that cure your ailment, not that they cure your ailments, but, things to help you with your ailments. I thought it only fitting that the study of this sefer would be great to include in this broadcast. And, of course, I call my Rav and I say, what do you think? And he's like, yes. So, here we are. And hopefully everyone will enjoy reading that book or listening to it alongside me. So today we're going to be talking about DIY face masks, which are always really fun to do. And, we will get back to serious stuff again, but I'm really having fun talking about the fun side of skincare. And this first mask, these kind of masks are very popular. They're they're very basic ingredients. They're very, well known to do. And they're really not that expensive. And you get a lot of bang for your buck, considering that a lot of these commercial face masks, some of them are like mamash, like 60, 70, just ridiculous amounts of money, A lot of toxic chemicals in them. So these are, it's always great to have these home remedy ones. Because not only can you pronounce all the ingredients, but you get a lot more, not only results, but you get a lot more for your money. So the first one we're going to talk about is a clay mask. Now, clay has never been my particular favorite, but it has a lot of benefits for a lot of people, especially if you're acne prone. This is really great for cleaning out the pores. So, and even if you're not acne prone, if you just want a deep cleansing, clays are usually the way to go. Because they kind of bring everything to the surface and kind of clean out and dry up the excess sebum. And that's that oily stuff that kind of gets stuck in your pores and just clogs it away and causes the acne. So the first one, we're going to use what's called a Moroccan red clay. Now there's a company, I buy my essential oils from, it's called Now, NOW, and they sell them at the health food stores, which a lot of people on this broadcast do live next to health food stores. But if you don't live next to a health food store, you can get this on Amazon, I believe. I believe they do sell it on Amazon. So they have the Moroccan red clay and the European clay. Either one will do fine. And you can take like, this one involves your tea bags, okay? And you can take your tea bags and you brew them. So you can do like you can do a green tea. This would be a great time to do a lemongrass tea. You can do the lemongrass one and that tingling feeling won't be so intense, but you'll still get all the benefits of the lemongrass. And so what you do is you brew the tea and you let it cool to about, warm is okay. Hot, I caution the use of hot liquid. For obvious reasons. I don't want anybody getting burned out there. But, warm might be okay because warm will help like open up the pores. So warm is okay. Hot, I don't recommend. Cool is fine. And what you do is you take out the clay of what you need. And just keep in mind when you're talking about clays, they'll like harden and they'll crack. So don't use more than what you need for that one application because then it'll just be a waste. Okay. So you're going to take the liquid of the tea, and you're going to kind of stir it until you kind of get a nice, even like a yogurt consistency. And if you have teas with the ingredient licorice root in it, those are very good. Licorice root is put into a lot of cosmetic, treatments, not just masks in skincare, because licorice root helps to lighten up hyperpigmentation. So that's those dark spots that you get in your face sometimes for whatever reason, either like for, acne, scarring, whatever. These are really great to, lighten those up. And, if you're going through a breakout, you could put some tea tree in there. Frankincense and myrrh are very good to put in there. Like I said, these things are endless. The combinations are endless. The possibilities are endless. But this is just to give you an idea of the basics that you should be following. And as you kind of master this, you can kind of just mix and match and change it as you like. It's really up to you, how often you want to apply this. If you want to do it once a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. When it comes to clay, I personally wouldn't do it every day. And I don't know. I tend to do like a clay maybe once every 3 weeks, maybe once a month. I'll do a clay. If I have something that looks like there's going to be an eruption in the skin, I'll use a clay mask. But really, it depends on what your skin is doing. And the clay mask might be, what you need. So this next one for sure doesn't have a name. I should just call it jambalaya because it just has like a little of everything in it. And this one involves yogurt. Now, I get the large container of yogurt, and I pour it into a bowl. You want to keep the container because when you're done, you're going to put everything back and you're going to refrigerate this mask. This mask does need to be refrigerated. But the good thing is that you can make one batch that will last you a really long time. So, and this one you can kind of adjust as you need. If you want to put more or less, it becomes like cooking, you eyeball it. But I'm going to give you like a basic. So you take the large plain yogurt, okay? Start with like 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. But let me just give you an FYI about the cinnamon. Cinnamon causes the blood to really circulate and to kind of rush, and it gives a very intense tingling feeling. Now, if it's too intense or you're just not sure if you think you're going to be very reactive, I would cut to like a half teaspoon. And when I've built up the tolerance to it. It is a very intense feeling. But the great thing about adding cinnamon to this mask is that when it dries, it doubles as a scrub when you're taking it off. Okay, so that's very good to keep in mind. You kind of get a two in one here. And in addition to that, I add a teaspoon of turmeric to that whole mix there. Now, turmeric kind of gives like a yellowing on the skin, so don't be alarmed. Kind of do a double wash if you see a yellowing. It's not permanent. And I think for me, I probably saw like that it was yellowing my skin because I used it so much throughout the week. So I really, really like this mask. And so obviously you'll know when it's ready. The first one you'll know when that's ready. You can kind of leave it on maybe 15, 20 minutes. This one you can kind of leave on the same. You'll really know when it's done because it'll dry and or the tingling sensation will kind of will go away. When that happens, you know you're ready. So you kind of just take a little water. Don't wash it off yet. You take a little water just to kind of re-wet it. And the granules of the cinnamon powder that you're using, will kind, you just put it in a circulating motion, and it will lightly. Don't tug on your skin. Very lightly. You want to be very gentle with your skin, and it will start to exfoliate out the skin. So this is really great 2-in-1 mask. Now, if you want to, change it up and get kind of a brightening effect, I would, do one without the cinnamon, but adding some lemon juice in it. But be careful how much. I would say maybe a teaspoon of lemon. You don't want to over exfoliate the skin. And that, when you're doing things like lemon, you want to, everyone's time is going to be different as to how long they're putting these masks on. So you really just have to pay attention to what your tolerance level is. But they're really good. Things like that I would do at night. to allow your skin to kind of regenerate, and of course, you put your sunscreen on. But these are two really great masks. You can pronounce all the ingredients. You can, like I said, sky is the limit on the way you want to mix and match. You just about go crazy with your possibilities here. But these are just two ways of using, natural foods in your home to kind of help give you some great skincare. I tend to be under the belief that I rather have great skin than great makeup application. Because, anyone that knows me knows I just am not a huge makeup wearer. I rarely wear the makeup. So, I'm really, more about skincare than makeup. So these are two great DIY masks. But I wish everyone a lot of fun. They're really fun, not only for you, but for your daughters, or for anyone. They're very, very fun. They're very fun to do, and the possibilities are endless. So I wish everyone happy mixing, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.